But that's an important thing to call out, because what you're essentially saying then is how we conduct search on how we search for commerce, like commerce searches are going to change on Google as well. And therefore, so the retailers have to understand that, number one, and then how they show up in the searches on Google is going to change too. And so to me, that makes me think there's a risk of losing control or ownership, particularly if they have product category expertise. Like if they're not showing up well on Google, Google could start sending them somewhere else just through natural search queries. Is that right, Evan?
Yeah, so actually we think it's the opposite. I think it's
Okay.
always been, a retailer's merchant and their assortment is one of their, primary sort of strategic advantages. It's even more so now, right? So if you take the example that Payman was giving, Google has now this immense need to answer every question, especially if you're a retailer, related to in and around your product catalog. If you do any sort of product search today, there's going to be this section as part of your Google search. It's called People Also Ask. You can click on any of those, and what you'll see is there's going to be another 4 questions, and it's an endless set of
Yeah,
questions.
it is.
And Google is now promising, hey, we will get you the best answer for this infinite list of questions. So we also know Google, like Payman said, doesn't have those answers. So they need folks, preferably the people that make the product or
Mm.
sell the products, to answer those product related questions.
Mm,
So there's a really unique point in time where there's a real demand for this. It can't be just recycled stuff, which Google
yeah.
really doesn't want, but they want helpful, proprietary, unique data that really answers the questions that their users are searching for. So why does this matter to retailers? Well, you are sitting on this gold mine of, like, your merchants are finding the best products and the deepest product catalogs you can, right? You have all this great data, of course, in the
Mhm.
store, but for sure in your e-commerce website. Marry that up with your sales data, your returns data, what customers saying is on ratings and reviews, then you can fine tune, a model around that that's unique to you, and create content not only, of course, for Google, but for
Mhm.
sure on on-site e-commerce. So we'll show you that in a little bit as to how we think that should look like. But yeah, long story short, sort of a long answer, but we think this is a real great moment for retailers to take advantage of this strategic advantage competitively against the competitors.
Well, Evan or Payman, one of you, like maybe just dive a little bit into this so that we can understand like how retailers are kind of flipping the script and using this to their advantage. Like take me through that, Payman, if you would. I'd like to kind of just understand again, like putting this into action. What does it look like?
So I assume that people listening here are maybe, driving in their car, so not everyone's on their screen. If you are, pull over because I'm about to show you like
Payman's about to rock your world. So I don't that was a
well,
nice setup.
why talk about it when you can show it? So here we are on Amazon.com, and I type espresso machine, and I get, the 48 results out of 10,000 results. And historically, I would have to go through this and try to understand what I need. And here comes Rufus that says, look, ask any question that you have and I'll answer you. So it already understands you're here and you're saying, look, I'm looking for espresso machine for a small countertop. And it's even if I make typos, it's gonna come in and hopefully tell you, okay, for small countertop, focus on compact size, easy to use, essential features like milk frother. Here are some search results to go to. So look, there are things that we love about Rufus because it's fine tuning and it's telling you what to look for and what to consider. There are things that we don't love about Rufus. It's a side chat assistant, which has follow-up questions, etc. But it's also competing with the main search and it's competing with the main experience. So we took what we like and what we didn't like to think about what it should look like. All right, so that's on Amazon. And by the way, if you start on Amazon and your retailer listening, game over already. The consumer is on Amazon. There's no chance for you to win anymore.
That's a great point.
Let's go to Google and say you're looking for an espresso machine for a small countertop. Now here are AI overviews. So prior to Google AI, you would have links everywhere, right? And you would have to go to Nespresso.com, New York Times, or Reddit, and so forth to find your answer. And here comes Google AI overviews that tells you, like, again, if you're looking for small countertop, here is what to consider, and here are the best products, and here is good for home, good for lattes, etc. And it's taking that source for wherever it can find the answer. And look at that, the New York Times, the Spruce Eats, Forbes. If you're a retailer in consumer electronics, you should seriously ask yourself, why am I not a source here?
Right.
Right.
Because historically, you never bothered to answer a question. You let publishers come in and write editorial content. Now, side note here, we spoke with a very large consumer electronics retailer who was like, who are we to give our opinion on what to buy? And we're like, you're the company who has all of the data. You know what people buy,
Right.
what they return, why they like some things, why they don't. Do you think somebody in the New York Times, no offense, in New York sitting and opening 5 machines has a better understanding than you do across all of America's retail data? No. So take back what is yours, the answer to this question. So what did we do? We went and showed on every major retailer's site